Well, guys, I went with Noni and done some shopping, picking up a few things and taking care of household stuff, and come back and got busy working on this this hole in the floor over here behind the left rear wheel, and forgot to turn the camera on. So I'm back after it and about to get started on finishing this up. So I'll turn the camera around and you guys can see what I've done, and I'll explain a little more to you why I've done it and what my intent is. Okay, so looking here, this is a piece of the corrugated aluminum like this from the cabinets, and I've cut it to go around the fuel filler and put it in with some 3M 5200 type stuff. It's really not 5200, it's Gorilla Glue construction adhesive, and it's some very tough stuff. And my intent was to straighten this out and get it all folded back up and cleaned up right, and I just don't see that happening real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of this corrugated aluminum. You can see it's kind of honeycomb stuff. It's like aviation type stuff, and I'm gonna fix that in there like that, and it's just kind of a halfway patch. It's not anything permanent, but it'll at least get that patched up, and then I can take another piece of aluminum and seal this hole up down here. So I'll set the camera down behind me, and you guys can see what I'm doing to put this in for the moment. And none of this is load bearing, it's just kind of filling a hole. So I'm going to get it squared away, get the hole filled, and we'll move on from there. Gotta grab screws. Probably help to grab my phone too, so that I could see what I'm seeing in the camera. Okay, well, once again, the lighting is terrible, but I think you can see when I had the camera over here, you can see a little more what I'm doing. So gonna break out the cold welder here in a second. Not the code welder, the cold welder. And we're going to weld this piece in. Yes, I make a bunch of jokes.
The power went out.
Power went out?
Yeah, just now.
Okay, I'll be in there in a second.
Okay.
Well, I guess we tripped a breaker somewhere in the house, so I'll have to go do that, but I got to do this first. Well, that's a mess, but it's covered up. And let me pull you up here. All right, so as you can see, we're screwed in, we're cold welded in, and that's going to take up a lot of that. I'm going to come in with some flashing and some spray foam around the filler neck and back in behind that wall. So something you guys probably caught a glimpse of right there. This is wire that I've pulled out of the overhead here. Actually, no, that didn't come out of the overhead. This is the two looms that went from that corner up there, where the fan's at, up to the dash up there, where you can see where I've pulled everything apart and got everything pulled apart up there. So I've kind of been working on multiple parts at once, and getting a little getting down the road a little ways. I did pick up some flooring today. It's just rolled linoleum flooring. Found a remnant at the Home Depot for about 30 bucks, and it's going to cover the front part up there. Back here where I'm sitting right now, I'm going to leave this coin mat down, but there's going to be a water tank in here and a drawer for storage and stuff under the bed. This pig's going to get cut. Probably not today, because I don't want to get any more of this construction adhesive all over me than what I already have. And now I'm going to turn the camera off and go inside and figure out what breaker trip that the daughter came out and said the power's off. So I know the power's not off because my fan's still running, and it just tells me if there's a breaker trip somewhere. So I'm going to turn the camera off, go figure out what breaker's tripped and why, and then I'll be back and we'll do some more work. Cool down time, and I'm going to come back when the sun's down a little bit more, and I can talk to you guys and you guys can see me, and we're not blinded by the sun. So we'll come back in a few. Alright guys, we've had time for that sun to get down over behind them trees there and make a little difference in the lighting, and I think it looks a little better in the phone that I can see now. So if you're curious what I'm using for a camera, it's just the GoPro Hero Session, which I think is like a 4th generation. I don't think it's a 5th. But anyway, that's what I'm using, and I'm just using the microphone built into that. I do have some lapel mics, but I haven't quite got everything worked out to try to connect a mic to this Hero Session. So if I try to connect a mic to my Pocket Osmo or Osmo Pocket, whatever you want to call it, this DJI, I really like that camera better, but if I connect a mic to it, I can't connect a battery pack to it to keep it running longer, because it's only got one outlet on the bottom of it. So anyway, I think I mentioned in some of the past videos, this door back here was stuck shut, and probably, I'm guessing it'd probably been 10 years since it'd been opened. After I got it open, I found some fresh bottles of oil that down underneath there, but actually I found those when I was trying to get into it. So what I had to do, and I'll move here and try to point it out a little bit better, but the inner door panel that was here, I took a grinder and cut across here so that that diamond plate would come loose, and then I was trying to fish around down in there and find the cable or the rod to actuate that lower latch. The upper latch up here, obviously I was able to get to it real quick and easy, but it was stuck too. So rust, whatnot, probably lack of maintenance. Probably wouldn't hurt to open your doors up, people, and shoot a little lithium grease or something on those. Kind of help keep them lubed up and maybe freed up. So anyway, cut that out. Still couldn't get to it, so I pulled the floor up, and you probably saw me put that floor back down just a little bit ago. And obviously you didn't see me break out the cold welder for this. Well, the reason for that is I want this to be removable, and if I'm having to deal with that construction adhesive to try to remove this, I don't want to deal with that. It's going to tear up this honeycomb aluminum or corrugated aluminum, whatever you want to call it. And when we do that, then we got to refix all this. So right here, just off camera, is another plate that goes in here that levels this up with everything else. And I got a little bit more work to do to get it back in. I did leave that V-notch cut out. I'm going to leave it that way. This compartment underneath here is going to be a battery compartment. So I'm not worried about that top being cut out, and it's covered by this subfloor, and not going to affect the water intrusion, anything like that. So long story short, this is the bottom hinge. I had to get in there with the death wheel and a grinder, and I had to grind the bolts out, and the bolts are 1/4-20 stainless steel, flathead on one side. They come through the door and through the bottom, and then a nut on them. And because I couldn't get to the flathead side because the door's stuck shut, when you start loosening the nut, then you know the bolt turns. So I had to grind those out, and you couldn't really get a full-size grinder wheel in there. Had to use the death wheels. I went through 3 or 4 of them. I also used the death wheels to take the mounts out for the what they call the horns, which is where your cot locks in, the head of your cot locks in to hold the wheels. So anyway, I ground the bolts out, got it out, and started my quest to figure out who the manufacturer was. And if you look at it, there's no markings on it. There's, you know, some stamps and stuff that just for the manufacturing, but no marking stamps. This is the one out of the back door, left door, lower latch. Very, very rusty. Again, maintenance. So got to doing some digging, and Facebook group, one of them, I'm on several of them. I don't know if it was ambulance camper conversions or which one it was. Regardless, I can't think of all of them at the moment because, like I say, there's several. And I asked, you know, where I might find these rotary latches, and they directed me to Austin Hardware, and got on their website, got to doing some digging, found the right latch. It took a while. I had to measure the spacing between these 2 holes and the spacing between these 2 holes. Had to have the width measurement and the offset measurement of all these. it was quite the chore to figure out. My initial thought was it was a Trimark. Trimark's one of the big hardware manufacturers for doors, and that was my initial thought was Trimark. But Trimark didn't measure up to match, and so I just kept digging through their website and came across Eberhard. Well, I'm familiar with Eberhard because Eberhard makes a lot of latches for RVs. They also make a lot of latches for fire trucks and ambulances. And so match the measurements up. Sure enough, it's an Eberhard. Guys, I ordered these on Wednesday and they arrived yesterday. I have nothing but good to say for Austin Hardware because I didn't pay for extra shipping. This was UPS ground. Granted, I think they came out of Goshen, Indiana, I believe is what it says. Elkhart. Shipped out of Elkhart, Indiana, and they shipped Wednesday. I did know that they shipped Wednesday, the day I ordered them, and I got them yesterday. So I actually didn't go pick them up from the post office until today. Where I live, you don't have a mailbox, you go to the post office and have a P.O. box. So anyway, I've got new latches, lefts and rights. So one for the bottom, one for the top. I'll have to look at it and figure out which one's which now, because I've already forgot which one was what. So that's coming. Something else I noticed, that this door, I'm going to turn this latch around. So this latch was mounted this way in this door. So the door opens this way. Well, if you look at it, it would be like opening the door, pulling the latch and opening the door this way. Some schools have thought that may be right. If you look at most any utility truck, fire truck, ambulance, when you pull a latch on a door to open it, the paddle would face the way the door would face the edge of the door. The lock would face the hinge. I got to looking, and many of these latches are flipped that way. So I think I'm going to try and put these latches back in what I consider a normal orientation. It looks like I can get my connections here made with it put in a normal orientation. It's going to be behind the lip here just a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be a problem because I'm not going back with rods. This had a funky little turnbuckle clevis type thing in it, and I'm not going back with that. I'm going to use a cable or a chain. I think it's going to be a little bit more dependable and give me less problems in the future. So that said, I'm fixing to put that other plate back in here. I'll put you guys back on high speed, and you can see me put that plate back in. I do have one piece of wood and coin mat right in this area here that I need to pull up off of that plate and then pull the screws out or grind them off, whichever it's going to have to be. That will get this all leveled up, and then today, well, started last night, but we have one of these overstock sale places. I think it's called Ollie's, but they sell stuff that's overstock and whatnot. We were in there last night and found some of the Sylvania Smart Plus light bulbs for the house, and they also had some light strips, 3M tape on the back of it, LED strips. and I snagged a couple of them, and I come home, put the smart light bulbs in, put it all on the app and on the internet. Worked great, and decided, hey, I like this strip. I think these strips will go great in the ambulance. And so, like the action area over there, I plan on putting one over there, kind of a over-the-counter type light. This area up above, there was a cabinet over here on the street side, or excuse me, the curb side. I'm probably going to build something back in there. It's not going to be the factory stuff, but I'll probably build something back in there, and that'll help make it easier for accessing wiring and stuff in the future. But I'm going to put a strip of them under that. Over here in the left rear corner, street side rear corner, plan on putting a closet in there. I'll put a strip of that in that closet, and this all runs off an app on your phone. So the really cool thing was they come with a wall wart that's 12 volt, 1 amp. So I'll be able to tie it into my house batteries that'll set here, and we won't have to worry too much about making any kind of power conversion and have any losses. So time to get back to work, and I think I'm going to get this piece in and kind of clean up. I'll move you guys into the corner and let you guys see me working, cleaning up, and try to be ready to go the next mile. Oh, I also bought some linoleum to go down today. So it's in the Jeep at the moment, but I'll get this all cleaned up. I'm going to put a layer of Luan down, that thin plywood, just to kind of take out any bobbles from these screw holes or anything. That way it doesn't tear up the linoleum from the underneath side. And I'll get that put down. That'll probably be in the next week or so. So I've got a little work to do, a little more cleanup than anything, so let's get after it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's some corrosion here. This little place is a corrosion. I got a wire wheel on another grinder that I'll wire wheel all this before I start covering it up. That way we can try to get that corrosion out of here. But I do still have a couple of the anchor points for the antlers that I need to get out. But before I can do that, I got to clean this mess up again. So I do pretty good at making stuff happen, but I also make a mess doing it. So I'm going to get the camera turned around, and I'll put you guys on a fast forward while I clean up, and we'll talk some more before we wrap up today. All right, guys, we've transitioned to the back and going to start cleaning. I'm good at making messes and not the best at cleaning them, so I'm going to start cleaning. I still got to cut another piece to go over that. That's not happening tonight. So I look around and I get discouraged. I've talked about being a little OCD, or not OCD, ADD, and just kind of being all over the place. And yeah, kind of all over the place right now. I need to get the rest of this cleaned up. My brain's just not cooperating with me. I'm all over the place. Told you I pulled the cables out of up front. I bet you there's at least 50 pounds of wire there. Various 14, 16, 10, 8, 12 gauge wires, various colors. Really cool thing is they're all labeled for what circuit it is, you know, what it controls. It's good wire. It's not going to do me any good, the labels on it per se, but I will reuse some of that wire. So, you know, for what it's worth. So, anyway, guys, this shop vac, it was in the ambulance when I bought it. I had to do some jerry rigging on it. By the way, if you want to see a good YouTube channel, go check out Jerry Rig Everything. Name's not Jerry, but that was his grandpa's name. So anyway, anyway, had to jerry rig the plug on the shop vac because they had it set up where it was in the oxygen compartment, and there was a switch here that you flipped on, and they could just reach in and grab the hose, and the hose is plenty long to go all over the place. So that's the way they had it set up. I somewhat like that idea. Thinking about maybe trying to stick it over here, bring it through the hole over here and under the bed, and just have a port on the underneath side of the bed where I can pull it out. But in the grand scheme of things, hopefully I shouldn't need anything more than a light sweeping with the broom to clean things up. So solar panel mounting brackets. No, I did not mount solar panels today, but brackets are up and ready. And I told you guys wrong. That latch that I had, that not the really rusted one, but the other one, that was off the top of that. This is the latch off the bottom because I had to cut a lot more of it away. The grinder with the wire wheel, wire brush. And yes, for the record, I am kind of just moving stuff around because it's what I got to deal with right now. I don't want to take stuff back to the barn because then I have to go back to the barn to get it. So if I can clean the floor up before I can work, then I can make a mess again. All right, guys. I feel like I've gotten a long ways today. Nowhere near where I'd like to be, but you know, hey, Rome wasn't built overnight. So, and I'm one man working on this. Yes, I had Noni come out and help me with a couple of the bolts for the solar panel mounts. The street side, there would be nothing but blank plates over there. Found a link on one of the ambulance deals on Facebook. A guy had sent some plates to Send Cut Send to block these off, and so I was able to use his file and go on and order some plates. So the 4 down the street side, the 1 in the middle up front, those are all going away, getting plates blocked them off. But I think I'm going to pull the wire from these lights back. I'm going to pull the wire for the curbside lights back, and I'm going to run it down this side and not down the middle. I think down the middle about the only thing I'm going to end up with is this this bundle, which ultimately is the stop till turn lights and backup lights, which I'm going to play some games with that probably as well. And I think the rest of it will go away, with the exception of the lights on the back that I'm going to maintain as backup lights, scene lights, whatever you want to call them. Obviously, emergency lights are going away. No reds, no blues. It'll all be clear, all be white light, and probably be some LEDs that I figure out some way to modify these housings with. I think that's going to be my best bet. So guys, this one's probably going to go a little long, or probably has gone a little long, because here we are at the end of it. But nonetheless, we started the day on the roof doing the solar panel mounts. Finished up today in here. I actually got started somewhere around 7 a.m. this morning, and it's just after 7 p.m. now. So that being said, guys, we'll say good night. I hope you guys have a good time, and come back and join us for the next one. We'll do a little more inside, probably do some work with some of this wire, and get ready to start putting in insulation and FRP on the ceiling and Asdel on the walls. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.